All right, everyone, welcome back to day 3 of our distance learning. If you have not watched the first 2 videos I posted on the classroom, please go back and do so now. We're going to actually jump into an example problem from our worksheet, our problem set for today. Okay, so here's the power of trigonometry. Like the videos said, the trig ratios are just that. They are operations when used with a measurement of an angle that explain the ratio of two sides in a right triangle. So going back to our video, we have SOHCAHTOA, which I like to write like this. And again, all this means is that the sine of an angle is the ratio of the opposite side to the hypotenuse. The cosine of an angle is the ratio of the adjacent to the hypotenuse. And the tangent of an angle is equal to the opposite side divided by the adjacent side. So here's our example problem on our problem set. We have triangle STU, which is a right triangle. We're given one measurement, one angle measurement, angle STU, which is 42 degrees. So actually from there, because we know that's 90, we know that's 42, we can figure out that last angle. Okay? So 180 minus 90 is 90. 90 minus 42 is 48. Now, we also know side TU has a length of 9.5. So, our job right now is to figure out the length of SU. So, we don't know SU, but we can use the trig ratios to help us find it. Because 42 is given to us, I'm going to use 42 in our problem. I'm not going to use 48 now. I'm going to show you something in a second. We're going to use 42. So I'm going to look for this side, SU, in relation to that 42 there. So SU is the side opposite our 42 degree angle. ST is adjacent to our 42 degree angle, and 9.5 is our hypotenuse. So I'm looking for this opposite side, and I have the hypotenuse. So I know I need to use sine. I'm looking for our opposite, I have our hypotenuse. So I know that the sine of 42 degrees, and again, and you should have seen this in the other video, make sure that your calculator is in degree mode. If you do not have a graphing calculator, use your phone or your computer, but also make sure that your phone or your computer, if you're using a browser calculator, that is in degree mode. We haven't talked about radians yet. We will. We are using degrees for our trig ratios. So the sine of 42 degrees, all that's saying is that is the ratio of the opposite side to the hypotenuse. That's all that's saying. Our trig ratios are just operations. They're like addition, subtraction, multiplication. When I'm saying the sine of 42 degrees, it gives me the ratio of the size of those two sides in a right triangle. That's all it does. And because I know that the hypotenuse is 9.5, I know that sine of 42 degrees is equal to the opposite divided by 9.5. So now I can go ahead and multiply both sides by 9.5, or just cross multiply. And I know that 9.5 times the sine of 42 is equal to our opposite side. I'm going to go ahead and punch in sine of 42 into my calculator. And I'm making sure I'm in degree mode. And I get about 0.67. Then I multiply that by 9.5. And I get, and it's okay to round here to the nearest tenth is fine. The opposite side is about 6.4 inches, or SU. So SU is about 6.4 inches. Now, oops, SU. Now, let's say we wanted to use, once we figured out this remaining angle here, which is 48, let's say we wanted to use something else. We wanted to use this 48 degree angle. We still have our hypotenuse, but now if I'm going to use my 48 degree angle, side SU is no longer my opposite side, is it? Side SU is now my adjacent side, because I've changed the angle that I'm using. Side SU is now my adjacent side. So I can actually use cosine now. So let's see if we get the same answer. Cosine of 48 is equal to the adjacent side divided by 9.5. And again, I can cross multiply. So I know that 9.5 times cosine of 48 is equal to my adjacent side. And I'm just going to rewrite that as side SU. So, fingers crossed, let's hope that this works. Cosine of 48 times 9.5. And again, the same answer. Side SU is equal to 6 point is not equal to is about 6.4 inches. And it's okay to round again. All right. More to come on why this works later in the unit. But for right now, these are the tools that we're using. You can use this 42 degree angle and sine, or you can use this 48 degree angle and cosine. Give the rest of the problem set a try on your own, and we can talk more about it tomorrow.